Hi guys, thanks for tuning in. For this review, we're going to take a look at something a little bit different. This is the 1:35 scale Mechatro WeGo. Not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but this is made by Sentinel, I believe, or Union Creative. And this guy is a Evangelion collaboration color schemes figure, so that's why it caught my attention. Now, starting with the box, you've got a window in the front, and you can see the little WeGo guy standing in there, and he is actually quite small, a lot smaller than I had anticipated, but he looks really good so far. And spinning around to the side, you've got Mechatro WeGo, #1 test type, child only. I guess that's a Evangelion reference. And on the back, you've got some photos, very cute. And on this side, same as the other side. And on the top, you've got the window that wraps around, the Nerve logo, and a nice hologram Evangelion sticker. And on the bottom, a lot of warnings and company information, which is all done in the Evangelion font style, which is really cool. And now let's get this guy open. So he comes in this little clear display case, I guess. That's really cool actually. And then he's got this instruction booklet. Shows you, it's actually not a booklet, it's just like a 3-page thing. And it shows you all the armor pieces that can come off, I guess. This is my first WeGo, so I'm not too familiar with this toy. And taking off the biceps, taking off the arm, taking off the armor, attaching the base, display base. Okay, we'll see how we go. And here is the figure in the clear case. I'm guessing it comes apart from here. And free him from his plastic prison. And here he is, and he is tiny. Okay, so here he is out of the packaging with his accessories. So he does come with this nice display box that I mentioned earlier, and it looks like it's stackable because it's got the 4 holes in the bottom and 4 pegs up the top. So if you had a stack of these, you can probably just keep stacking them up, which is a cool way of displaying these little toys. And it comes with a little stand here on the inside, so that actually clips to the bottom of the WeGo, like so. So it keeps him nice and stabilized inside the display case. And he also comes with this power cord, which is from Evangelion, and it's nice and rubbery and soft, so you can kind of move this around. One side, which I think is this side, attaches to the back of the WeGo, so you have to pull this green panel off, and it reveals a little plug area, and you can just plug this thing in, so it looks like he's being charged. So that's pretty cool. I'm not sure where this side goes, if it does go anywhere. Maybe it can go into the display base. Let's see. Okay, what do you know, it fits. So you can have him like kind of exploring around the display base, so that's pretty cool. And with his body armor, he can pretty much pull all of the parts off. So you can pull the shins off, you can pull, you've already seen me take this one off, you can pull the back piece off, which takes a little bit of finesse, and the arm armor just kind of falls off. I'm not sure if you can take the hand armor off. I don't think you can. You can take the shoulder armor off. Oops. Be very careful when you take the shoulder armor off, because this little tiny piece will pop out, and if you lose it on the floor, you might never find it again because it's tiny. And you can also pull the bicep armor off, And all of these pieces are super tiny, so be careful. And you can also pull his belly off, and his head only rotates up and down. I don't think you can take this off. Not sure about the side pieces here, maybe you can't. And with the belly, you can also pop them out, like so. So you can pretty much take the whole thing apart, almost. This does come off, but it's kind of tight. Let me try. Okay, it's pretty tight, but the instructions does say that the hip covers do come off as well. And while we're here, let me just go through which parts are die cast and which are plastic. So of all the armor pieces, the two stomach pieces here, these two are die cast. I don't know if you can tell or hear that, but it is die cast. It's very heavy compared to the plastic piece. Oh yeah, you can hear the clink. So those two pieces are die cast, and the shoulder armor, I think, is die cast as well. Yeah. So there's in total 4 pieces of die cast that I can tell. I'm not sure if the feet is die cast. There is a bit of weight to it, but definitely the 2 stomach covers and the 2 shoulder pieces are die cast. And here is a closer look at the figure. So he is very, very cute, I have to say. And the colors on him look absolutely perfect. The purple is not too deep, it's nice and pastel-y, and it contrasts really nicely against that green. And the face is really well done as well. You see that little horn from the EVA-01, and the eyes are really nicely done. You can open him up and there's a little bit more detail on the inside. So it's nicely detailed on the inside as well. You can see the control stick, and even the floor is done nicely. So that's really nice. So even though this guy is really small, he's made up of a ton of different parts. Okay, this forearm piece keeps falling off and it's starting to get annoying. But anyway, sculpting is very sharp, molding is very sharp. Nice detail there on the back lights, nicely painted. Yeah, it's a very tidy looking figure. Nice detailing on the legs and really, really tidy paint job. And he is small, but he does have a little bit of weight to him thanks to the die cast pieces. And now with articulation. Obviously he doesn't have a head, so there is no head articulation except for the opening and closing. And for the shoulders, it's on a ball joint, so he can kind of rotate his arms all the way around, but he can only kind of lift it up to this much, so it's very, very restricted in terms of the sideways movement. There's no bicep swivel. There is one single elbow joint which goes in less than 90 degrees, and he's got wrist rotation and one single finger articulation for his hands or claws, so you can open his hands like that and close them flat. So a bit restricted because of the shoulder joint and the lack of elbow or actually bicep swivel. And then obviously he's got nothing going on in the waist because it's one big blob. And coming down to his hips, he can split that much and come inside that much. Not sure why, but anyway. And you can actually kick forward that much before the armor starts to interfere. And you do have to watch out because you might start getting some paint rubs here. So just be careful when you move the legs up. And back, well, it's pretty much unhindered all the way back. So back is amazingly good range, but I don't think you're ever going to use that. And he does have a little bit of a thigh swivel because the hips are on a big ball joint, so he can turn his legs in and out like this. Single joint knee joint, but again, very poor range. It's kind of just, 30 degrees or something like that. Coming down to his feet, he can tilt his feet down that far, which is not much at all, and then up that far, which is a bit better. And then he's got ankle rockers from side to side. And in terms of height, he measures in at just under 7.5 centimeters, which is about 2.92 inches. Now for some size comparisons, here he is with Revoltech Ray, here he is with Robodamashi EVA-01, SS Figuarts Son Goku, DC Icons Superman, and finally Marvel Legends Cyclops. This guy is small. I mean, he is really small. But despite his size, he's very well detailed, and he's made up of a lot of parts, so he's very intricate indeed. And I just love the design because he looks super cute, but he's got this mean look about him because he's got the EVA-01 deco, so that's really nice. I wasn't really interested in any of the other ones except for this one because I do love my Evangelion stuff. He was a little bit expensive, over 5,000 yen I think, which is about 50 US dollars or 65 Australian dollars. So for a small tiny figure like this, he is quite expensive. He does come with diecast parts however, which is one of the reasons why I think this guy is a little bit on the pricier side. Articulation is also a little bit restricted on this guy, especially the shoulder region. So he's more of a display piece than something that you'd pick up and play with. And also the armor pieces tend to fall off quite easily, especially on the forearms. So I'm definitely not going to be picking this guy up and playing with him very much. And I probably wouldn't recommend this to most casual collectors, but if you're a big EVA fan and you've got a shelf full of EVA stuff, then he will fit right in. And that concludes my review of the Sentinel Mechatro WeGo EVA-01 test type. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time for another toy review.